Welcome, troopers, to episode 19 of Real Jumpers, your favorite comedic sci-fi podcast. I am your commanding officer, Turner Thompson, and joining me in this mission are my elite squad mates. Troopers, report in.
We are in the trenches. Bring more men.
Feck off.
Send dudes.
I'm in a fight. I need more men. There's a monster shooting gravity beams at me.
This one can't stop flying around. Oh!
It's like the hive dragon in Helldiver. I hate that thing.
I'm glad you said it. I hate this roach. I kind of want to skip this update until the next one.
If only the hive dragon could be defeated by a giant string shot attack.
Now, we got good old-fashioned rocket launchers to do that.
Hey, at that point, I'll just take what the EDF has.
And orbital piss lasers, that too.
That too. Honestly, I'm pretty sure if you fired Helldiver's ordnance at Godzilla, maybe it would hurt him more than the other but I doubt it would kill him.
Nah, unlikely.
Ah.
And as I've proven before, it's still highly dubious if nukes can actually kill him or not, at least in this. Because again, he was never directly nuked. His habitat was nuked. So
they're just not willing to try. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you nuke him and he lives, well, you just made like an entire city like uninhabitable for like a decade. If it does kill him, cool. You still made the area uninhabitable for a while.
Also, in the process, you woke up another one.
Godzilla went up against the Power Rangers, man. I don't know how that fight ended, but I know it happened.
Oh, here's another thing. We're talking about Helldiver's ordnance. All of Helldiver's ordnance has been scientifically proven by us that it aims more for us than it does the actual thing we're firing against.
What's your data? I just feel it.
Something like that.
There have been plenty of times where I've been at the mercy of I am 5 country bumpkin miles away from your stratagem, and I still get blown up by it. Specifically, I remember the time of where you launched one. I saw it ricochet and hit behind me.
You shouldn't have been standing there.
What was that thing of Dom's that kept killing us back when I was playing?
The lightning gun or whatever.
Before they nerfed it, or before they fixed it. That's what it would feel like to be in the goddamn Godzilla verse. You're in Hokkaido, right? You're just chilling, minding your own business. Holy shit, Godzilla's coming to Hokkaido. Leave. You leave Hokkaido. He wandered into the other city.
Specifically into the one I retreated to.
Exactly. All right, let me go retreat to another one. Why is Rodan here?
That's basically this movie, honestly.
All right, everyone, sound off really quick.
What's up, jumpers? Dion here, aspiring voice actor, and here to make fun of all the movies Turner forced us to watch.
Hello, everybody. My name for today is not safe for podcasts, so instead I'm just going to say that I enjoy being here, but I'm being forced to...
Hold on, quickly, get the government-approved Dom.
Hello, my name is Dom. I love everything Godzilla-related, and this podcast, all hail our glorious overlord, Turner.
Good. There is no war in Godzilla land.
There is no war in Hokkaido.
In Hokkaido.
There is no war in Hokkaido.
Go to Hokkaido.
I'm Dennis. I'm your resident mech expert in this wonderful podcast that we have. From Gundam to Battletech, I am your man.
My name is Turner Thompson, and I am a visual effects artist with a deep love of Godzilla.
Hey guys, it's Steven. My arm hurts, but I'm doing good. I got in and out. I got a milkshake. I'm ready to go.
So for the first time in a long time, the last episode we did was on the same film we're talking about today. Crazy, right?
No, that seems pretty on brand.
What a concept.
That seems pretty on brand for this podcast.
No, he's saying it's off-brand because since we always do in 2 parts, we always end up doing something else other than the movie we just talked about, like Mountain Monsters or Halo or something. We rarely release part 1 and part 2 in a row.
Yeah, so I'm glad to be doing it this time around.
I dropped something. The link to our podcast, patreon.com/realjumperspodcast.
It's an important link. Yes, if you go to our Patreon, you can get early access to our episodes that are uncensored and have extra bits of them, and you will get early access to our movie night highlight reels, which we have one right now up on our Patreon. Dom, tell us about it.
I was supposed to have it done by the end of August. Turner gave me an extension because he's a glorious man. And we just finished it a couple of days ago because I'm a lazy sack of shit. But you know what? I think it ended up really funny. Took me forever, so goddamn it, give us money and go watch it. Or just wait for it to be up on YouTube, which it won't be.
I mean, remember, the one on YouTube is probably going to have to be heavily altered because of, reasons.
Yeah.
Give us money. Punish YouTube for their insolence.
Dion, I'm telling you right now, this government-approved Dom, best investment I ever put.
I don't know. He sounds a little stiff. Still needs a little work.
Yeah, but he says government-approved things. I mean, what else could you want?
Oh, you're right.
Best $50 he ever spent.
I live to serve the Emperor of Mankind, Turner Renret Thompson.
But yes, do go watch that video. I worked very hard on it, and I actually think it's funny. I watched it with these f***ers, and I spent multiple hours editing it together, listening to it over and over again, and I still laughed at it.
Oh, I laugh at it every time I look at it now. I think it's really funny. I think it's some of our best work. So anyway, remember that our broadcasts are now available on most podcast platforms. So you can find us anywhere like Amazon Prime, Podbean, Spotify. There's a lot of places you can find us now.
So many that the narrator lost track of it.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, everything we say on this broadcast is for entertainment purposes only. Any alternative facts we present are for your amusement, so feel free to correct us in the comments below. And in case I didn't say it, today the movie we are watching is, we're wrapping up our coverage on Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster from 1964, the American version.
It's all right.
Because we have no patience to read subtitles.
Yes.
I do. Y'all, you guys are f***ing lazy.
No. Okay, let me rephrase that. For this podcast, we have no patience for subtitles.
I do.
I do.
Multiple of us do. But it's just it's easier to watch the American or English versions anyways, because that's what most of our audience who's watching will have seen too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of funny. I've actually found that because people are a lot of sites are more interested in showing the original, it's actually a little bit harder to find the American stuff.
We found a niche and we're filling it.
That's how you get rich.
All right, then. Is there anything you guys want to say before we get started?
I love you all.
I want another sandwich.
All right, then. Now that gear up, this is Real Jumpers. Now let's drop.
No!
Drop this deuce. I dropped a quarter. It's okay. It'll go to the fishes.
All right, so interesting thing about this movie so far, I haven't heard mixed things from all of you about this film, which is good. That's the whole reason I want you on this podcast in the first place, is to tell me that I'm wrong and how much I love this shit. But
There's nothing wrong with you, Turner. You're perfect.
God, I love this government-approved stuff.
There's nothing wrong with you, just your opinions.
Note to self, Steve is on thin ice.
Look,
Anyway.
if Dom's going government-approved, I have to fill his spot.
You know what? That is fair to keep the balance.
Our show just becomes just 4 versions of you that only agree with me, and then I sit there on my throne, just being like, I'm sad now. No one challenges me.
There's no challenge anymore. I hate this.
I could be challenging to you. Are you sure? Absolutely. I think you're wrong. You're right.
Disintegrates immediately.
Back to the point I was getting at, hearing Steve's reactions to some of the stuff in this film has been awesome, and I can't wait to hear more of it as we go through the plot.
Oh, God.
Please.
Apparently he hated it a lot.
Really?
It sounds like you do.
It sounded like you did.
All right.
Or was this an alternate Steve that we were talking about?
Oh, no.
Where did we leave off last time?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm about to do a quick recap. So, last time in the film, we quickly established that the world is under threat. Japan is hot off the last Godzilla attack. Giant moths are everywhere. They're eating everyone's clothes. I'm just kidding. The world is experiencing a heat wave in the dead of winter, which is bizarre. That would definitely throw up some red flags. Unless you're an oil lobbyist. In that case, you'd say everything's normal. And we see a group of, UFO enthusiasts who see a meteor land in the mountains, so they try to go figure out what's going on with it. Meanwhile, we meet one of our main protagonists, Naoko Shindo, and her brother, Inspector Shindo.
No, the police.
Who, the latter of whom was assigned to protect the Princess Sauno of Selenia. The princess narrowly escapes an assassination attempt aboard her plane, and she is inexplicably compelled by an alien voice to make her leave, which is bizarre. Soon the princess resurfaces as a street-roaming prophetess predicting the apocalypse. Her prophecy is immediately realized when at the site of Mount Osso, the grave of the two Rodans from years prior, the mountain collapses and a new Rodan emerges. And not long after, Godzilla follows suit, emerging from the sea and destroying a cruise boat.
Oh, not to mention, you said Inspector Shindo wrong. He is the police.
Yes, he is the police. God, I'm going to try and commit to that bit.
I don't think we got there yet, actually.
No, we
we did, actually.
We did. Oh, yeah, that is like about halfway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, they tried to kill her in the room, and then this poorly the horrible gunfight that they had with the abhorrent gun safety is so... They could have killed her by just straight bullet fire.
Yeah.
I
I remember that too. That's like one of the hallmark scenes from our watch along video. Go watch it on Patreon. It's Nyoko's just like, she belongs to me. I found her. She's my homeless lady. Are you stupid? Don't you know that I am the police?
That's like the strongest thing I've ever heard someone say.
I am the police.
I'm sure in the Japanese version, what he said was much more tame, but just I still love it. It's great.
Is it bad? I kind of hope it's worse.
We can watch it sometime if you guys are interested. So, as the monsters converge, the human drama also intensifies. Dr. Mirai, who is played by the same actor who played Shujo, Muri, or Mirai. Oh my god, I can't remember the guy from...
Dude, you had names today.
It's the same dude, man. It's funny that he's playing a professor in all three movies when he could have just been the Shujo all the way through. Would have been dope. But whatever. His team is studying a mysterious meteor that landed in the mountains and has the powers of Magneto. Meanwhile, Shindo realizes that the prophetess is probably his princess. And it turns out she's also being pursued by a group of assassins who is led by a guy named Malness, who... Later in this movie, I cannot wait to describe this movie from his perspective because it's hysterical.
It's almost like Frieza on Namek.
This guy stupidly wants to try and confirm the identity of the princess before trying to kill her, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Why not just shoot her and be done with it? Why do you care? We then see the Shobijin show up. They, using their powers of telepathy, they realize that the prophetess is totally telling the truth. And they do what they can to help protect her from the assassins. And while all this mayhem reaches a climax, up in the mountains, the meteor cracks open and revealing the three-headed space dragon, Godzilla's ultimate foe, King Ghidorah.
Joe, Murray, and Curly.
I genuinely thought you were about to say Joe Biden. His ultimate foe, Joe Biden.
By our powers combined, I declare you a third party.
Now take my Biden blast.
I don't know. Well, what do you guys think is stronger, Ghidorah's gravity beams or the Obama Hameha?
No, they're not gravity beams yet.
Obama, Hameha.
Well, the Obama.
Definitely the Obama, Hameha.
I'll take my money on that.
After King Ghidorah reveals himself, the following day, the princess is taken to a medical clinic who the doctor there is actually the same actor, Takashi Shimura, who is the same dude who played Dr. Yamana, which, if my theory holds true that Dr. Yamana just kind of disappeared after seeing the horribleness that's going on in the world, and it's like, I don't want to be in the limelight anymore. I'm just going to be another professor in other places. Could you imagine, him, Dr. Yamana, watching Godzilla, King Ghidorah, and Mothra all fighting each other in the middle of the mountains, being like, I can't believe it's come to this. Especially for the events of the first movie.
It'd be more of, I was right, and everyone was wrong.
I was just going to say, I forget did we skip the part where they, confirm that she's the princess by arresting that fisherman?
Oh, yeah, no, we talked about that. It was so funny.
The interrogation.
This guy has something that's way above his means. He must clearly be illegal.
He's acting above his station. Kill him.
This is all arranged by Shindo to try and help the princess, and it's the doctor's like, so what's wrong with her? It's like, she believes she's an alien. That's ridiculous. I believe in a world of science. Aliens aren't real. This is a world, where giant monsters from the Cretaceous period on a regular basis keep emerging and there are islands with tiny women and giant apes on.
Look, the line's got to be drawn somewhere.
I think here's probably not the place for it.
Could you imagine him, like, that's the moment he, like, looks out a window and he starts thinking to himself, are aliens real?
Silly man. Strange comes from Earth, not space. Silly man.
Remember, I am the police.
You have the police with you, you're fine. But no, he looks out the window, sees Godzilla, looks back to Naoko, looks back at Godzilla. You know what? I'm starting to think you're right.
Maybe there is something to this whole alien.
Maybe you're onto something, you son of a...
And so, while this is happening, the princess is just constantly like, why doesn't anyone listen to me? For the last time, you people need to stop King Ghidorah. It wiped out my people, and now it's here. What, an alien from space on this planet with 3 heads? Please, that's ridiculous. Next, you're going to tell me it's made of gold.
I got words for this part.
Go for it.
This bitch the entire time. She's been saying, oh, you guys are in danger. Oh, you guys are in danger. What kind of danger? I don't know. Maybe if you had told us, we would have known. But no, she doesn't say anything till now. She explains like her entire backstory. Oh, I'm a Martian. Oh, we're technically so much more technically and logically advanced than you, but doesn't explain the danger. Also, if the Martians were so much more technologically advanced than the humans, why the hell does she think that they can even do anything to stop it?
Oh my, I just thought so. Why doesn't she provide an answer of what to do?
She doesn't explain and yet she just expects everyone to believe her.
Because it would, the movie would be too easy then.
You're not wrong. It might have actually been something that made sense.
Exactly.
The interesting thing here is that this is the part of the movie where she name drops, King Ghidorah's name. And this is the part that, like, really I think this is an American thing, but somehow from this scene, we transition to King Ghidorah is flying all over the place, shooting lightning everywhere, and people are running away, and there are sirens saying the monster known as Ghidorah is here. How the hell do they know that? How do they know its name already?
Maybe they did listen to the princess.
Wait, no, you're right.
Because she name drops it in a medical clinic somewhere out in the mountains.
It's out in the boonies. Meanwhile, this person knows what it is, and I'm just like, we're just like, wait, what? Wait a minute. When was this said? Everyone was literally making fun of her 5 minutes ago, saying that she's still a loony.
And now they're making a PSA about it.
The Shobijin telepathically told everyone the name of Ghidorah.
I guess.
You know, I can believe that.
That's a big stretch, but okay. Our heroes that are also at the medical clinic also learn that Rodan and Godzilla are heading towards them. And the interesting thing is that the upcoming throwdown that's going to happen in this film is at the foot of Mount Fuji, which in this timeline is the second time monsters have fought at the base of this mountain, and it will not be the last.
It's an iconic landmark. It's like how in every single movie in the U.S., per se, every single major movie takes place in New York, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Los Angeles, or like, I think that's like it. Maybe I can remember like one movie that took place in Denver, Colorado, but that's like it. And every single one, the major landmark of that city gets destroyed or is involved somehow.
Actually, in this universe, Tokyo Tower has been destroyed twice. Once by Mothra, and then later Ghidorah destroys it when he's attacking Tokyo again.
Yeah, it falls on a family of 4.
Oh, Vegas sometimes.
Vegas, yeah.
At this point, Godzilla is like just pursuing the out of Rodan because having lost to King Kong a few years ago and being humiliated by 2 caterpillars, he is looking to get his salty run back and calls Rodan a bitch.
And Rodan responds by clotheslining the absolute dog out of Godzilla.
He just attacks on sight.
It is on sight, man. It's just like, hey, Rodan, you and me in this ring. I got you for 3 minutes.
God, I'm so interested, like, more of like a deep lore question is like, do you guys think that in terms of the timeline of the planet Earth, do you think Rodan and Godzilla came from the same time period, or do you think that they evolved in different eras, and they're just now colliding for the first time. Because both of them are basically the apex predators of this planet.
Well, based on what they say later, they ran into each other at some point, and Godzilla insulted them, or vice versa, or something. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
They do that really annoying thing where they introduce important plot points and then they never elaborate on them.
Yeah, that's going to be for me and other people to try dig up. As far as I can tell, I think they come from the same time period, so they probably coexisted at some point, but I don't know. Odds are these particular specimens are not that old. I think they're only, because the Rodan in this film is possibly the child of the two Rodan from the last time that we saw them, and this particular Godzilla may be a couple hundred years old. Who knows? It's interesting. Anyway, so we cut to Tokyo at the DIAB building where the government is convening on what to do. And the reporters are asking them, it's like, what are you guys going to do? How are you going to stop this? And one of them's like, you guys think we could build an electric fence?
We're going to build a fence.
They are so hard on for electricity and burying these kaiju. I don't know what generational ancestor wrote in his constitutional will that if a kaiju appears, you must kill it with electricity or bury it, that they are just compelled to follow. But someone needs to burn that treatise.
All right, but you know what's worse? You know what's worse than them trying to build an electric fence? This is what they actually said. I got the quote right here. We are monitoring the movements of these monsters very closely. As for Ghidorah, we are working on a new technical approach, and once we figure it out, we will implement it. What the fuck does that mean?
It means they're throwing their hands up.
They're going to build 2 electric fences.
Aerial fences.
Aerial fences.
We will construct the Electrodome.
Doug Dimmadome.
They basically said, we'll do something as soon as we know what to do.
It's so funny. That was the most corporate or government way of saying we don't know what to do.
And the thing is, everyone's eating it up.
Didn't we also see, too, that, during that meeting, I don't know who he is, but, the chairman or whatever, some high-ranking dude, literally keeps on deferring to the general right next to him. Anytime a question's asked, he's just like, that's a good question, General. It's throwing him under the bus. I don't fucking know. You got the military. Do something.
God, I would love if that general threw him a stank eye every time it happened. You son of a... Someone in the audience is like, that doesn't mean anything. What are you going... Can't you nuke them? And he's like, no, we're not nuking them.
For the last time, we are not nuking Godzilla.
It only makes it worse.
Look, one of 3 things is going to happen. Either it's dead and that entire area is uninhabitable. 2, it's dead and we woke up another one. Or 3, we made him bigger.
I'm not sure which one is worse.
Look at what happened to Mothra and that nation that no longer exists. What do you think happened?
The Relisican refugees are all over Europe, dude.
Dude, there's so much radiation, even the suit actor for that guy died.
Oh my god.
So luckily, Dr. Mirai is there, and he's like, "Hey, look, I got a better idea. Here, let me show you. Let me show you these tiny fairies." And then she just, he has Naoko show up and open the box, and the fairies are there. And the people who are in the government are like, "Aren't you supposed to be on Infant Island?" And they're like, "No, we stay with the prophetess, whatever." And the government's like, "Well, where is she now?" And then Yoko just says, "Oh, we left her at a clinic. Here's the address of the fax number."
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this press conference is being televised to the whole nation. So the assassin group and I forget the main guy's name, they're watching it in a cafe or something. They're just like, oh shit, there, let's go.
This is the dumbest shit ever. I can't believe she just outed her when she knows that there are people trying to kill her.
Yeah.
Here's the name, address, social security number, IP address, banking information, everything.
Socials. Here's her Instagram, her Facebook.
Here's the time she takes the dog out.
Mother's maiden name.
I know that they don't put too much thought into the human stories of these movies, but come on.
No, it's funny because they did put thought into it. Because of her action, it literally moves the plot forward, which means they put thought into it.
No, that's called bad writing. The plot should move forward, not because of stupid decisions being made by the characters. It's why everyone makes fun of horror movies, where like the couple, despite obviously a killer being on the loose, sneak off to go have sex in like the rickety old shack that hasn't been inhabited for 50 years, and then, oh no, they get killed. Who would have seen that coming? That's stupid writing.
Why would you choose to have all the places there? Do you know how many diseases are there? Like, why? That's not the point, but every time, every movie that starts off with like that, I'm like, why there? Could you not afford a hotel? Come on.
Dude, we're gonna need a f***ing hotel for Godzilla. He just doesn't have anywhere to sleep. Maybe that's why he's so goddamn angry.
Because we nuked his house.
We nuked his house. The resale value went to
Anyway, so we all saw Godzilla get humiliated earlier this year, right? You know, by those two caterpillars. It was all over the news, you know? No one takes him seriously anymore. I believe that Mothra can help us defeat Ghidorah. And the two twins are like, excuse me, what? No, one of them died. There's only one left. And it's a baby.
And she's kind of our god.
But then luckily the twins are like, okay, hold on. Maybe if we get all three of them together, maybe they can defeat Ghidorah.
I remember, too, because I had to edit this part together. When we all heard that line during the watch session, all of us were just like, are you high? What do you mean get them to fight together? First of all they do when they show up is fight A, each other, B, you, or C, the environment.
Sometimes all at once.
Sometimes all at once.
But the twins insist that Mothra could talk to them and maybe we could get them to work together. Although, could you imagine being Mothra and being asked by the Shobijin to talk to the guy who murdered your sister?
Dude, this Mothra doesn't care. They did it.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Later on, they're actually surprisingly chill.
Yeah. Suddenly, this government meeting is interrupted when Ghidorah enters the city and just starts lighting shit up.
Dude, forget the way Ghidorah flies just looks like he's always listening to some heavy metal song, just always headbanging.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Come on, get down with the sickness.
Exit light.
Oh my god, no, he is playing Helldivers. He's got heavy metal playing on his second monitor and he's throwing super laser piss everywhere.
Oh, that's where it comes from.
And you know who I bet nukes everybody with their what was it called in Helldivers when you throw down the thing?
Stratagems.
The stratagems, yeah.
Yeah, you know who nukes everyone, all his allies with their stratagems? Kevin.
Kevin.
And Kevin.
The government starts panicking because all of a sudden, suddenly, the thing that kills a bunch of peasants is now threatening to kill them. So now they want to do something about it. They're like, "Yo, twins, can you call your god to kill this thing?" All right, sure. So the twins call out to Mothra, and I would just love to hear from Mothra's perspective. She's like, "You want me to what? And where? With who?"
And where did he come from? Space?
He just rose out of the sea. Like a turd.
Like a turd. For thousands of years I lay dormant. Who has to serve my... Oh, it's you.
But, Mothra agrees, and she takes to the sea, and she gets to Tokyo surprisingly fast.
She moves at the speed of plot.
Yes!
Yeah, basically.
So we cut back to Mount Fuji at this point. Godzilla and Rodan are absolutely fighting the shit out of each other. The two beasts seem evenly matched, Rodan being one of the only few kaiju species that are native to Earth capable of realistically challenging Godzilla for the title of King of the Monsters. And their fight is funny.
Dude, Ghidorah takes atomic breath to the face and just bathes in it. Dude doesn't care about it at all.
No, you mean Rodan?
Yeah, sorry, Rodan.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit at all. We cut back to the clinic, and the princess elaborates that her civilization fell their people became like a psychic imprint, and they kind of became part of the descendants of Earth, and that so humans might be related to aliens, and this is why I think
What?
the Shobijin are descendants of aliens. And, just put the image of the History Channel guy saying aliens over me,
Alien.
What?
I get it. They needed some kind of plot, but come on.
This ain't it.
I'll be honest, man. What she says, at least in the Japanese version, I would need to pull up a transcript. But I remember listening to it. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna cook so hard with my theory about what's really going on in this universe of this sense, because it explains a lot.
Well, I'm glad you are, buddy, because I am full lost.
I love like film theory, game theory. I love when people just grasp at straws and try to come up with their own stories, and like so convincingly that you're like, yeah, that was totally what they meant, when in reality these films are like, we need to release something this year. Get Godzilla, right?
I will never stop shilling this of that one story where this school got like an author of the book they were reading to come in and like do a talk. And at the end, they're just like, our teacher says that you made this character's room blue because it symbolizes his like deep-seated need to be appreciated and like how he distances himself from others. And the guy's just like, your teacher's full of shit. I just like blue.
So yes, I will fully admit that when I finally piece this theory together, it is me just grasping at straws, trying to make poorly planned ideas make sense.
So that's what makes it fun, but it's just, I will never stop shilling that. It's my
I just like blue.
teacher's full of shit. I like blue.
And anyway, so apparently the spirit of a ghost that's some psychic imprint on the warp or some bullshit, I don't know, is attached itself to Selena, or the princess, because she's a closer descendant of their ancestry than maybe other people are, but whatever.
What Zinchian plot have we gotten ourselves into? I was jiving with the whole... The plot can really just become 3 monsters. Fight 1 monster from space. That's it. We're done.
Well, my theory is that Zachariah from Godzilla versus the Mothra twins, when he was taken by the Shadow Realm, transformed into Godzilla. Now he's trying to get his revenge. There you go.
So now there's 2 Godzillas running around, or is the one from the end of Mothra just dead at the bottom of the ocean covered in silk? Basically, the professor is just, at this point, is like, I'm out of ideas. You want to try shock therapy? Hells yeah. They both clap each other. Well, just outside, Malness and his goons arrive at the clinic, and thanks to Google Maps and Naoko's helpful instructions, they were able to find it with ease.
They just had the thing on playback.
Yeah, basically.
We are located here. Was it here? No, it's located here. Oh, okay, perfect.
All right, so they have the princess strapped down, like, they got her, like, actually strapped down, like, as almost as if shock therapy is unethical or something, but anyway, so they're like...
No, wait, I got this part.
All
so
right, go for it.
The entire police force assists in setting the machine to 500 watts. You think it would only require 1 guy, but, and he's like, make sure it's only like 500, all right? It'll straight up kill her if it's not 500. So he goes in, he sets it to 500 watts. So then the police goes back in. He's like, all right, I said it. All right, ready? And meanwhile, in the mountains, Godzilla and Rodan are still throwing down, but Godzilla's losing. And Rodan picks him up by like some of his back spikes and starts flying him up over above this. They're not the clinic side, the power lines. So now Malness and his goons are closing in, and they realize what the shock therapy's doing. So they turn the machine to like 5,000, whatever max setting.
No, over 9,000.
Over 9,000. Somehow avoiding the entire police force inside. I don't know how they did that. So as they do this, they're like, all right, let's do this. But immediately Rodan drops Godzilla on the power lines and the entire facility goes dark. And the police are like, what the f-? So they go and check it. And then Malness and his goons are in there and a furious firefight erupts with the entire police force taking on 4 dudes and nobody dies. Oh, 1 dude gets shot, actually.
Oh, no, but here's the other thing. No gun safety. At all.
Yeah.
Because at any point, even the police force could have shot. Because you always have to be aware of what's between your target and what's ahead of your target. There have been times where they switch around their position to try to get a better angle. And it's like, wait a minute. Ahead of the target is where they are in the room. They could have... Wait, why didn't they get shot? What the
Well, also, it's cartoon-like, where they see that she's in there. I think, don't they peek in the window or something? Or, like, they know for a fact that the princess is in the other room, right? Like, strapped to a table, and there's one dude and the doctor, and they know for a fact that this place is, like, not guarded or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So why, instead of just, there's 4 of you, man, bust down the door, shoot the police before they can draw their weapons, and then shoot the doctor who doesn't have a weapon, kill the princess, and leave. There's literally no security cameras or anything. It's a clean getaway. But no, they go the Tom and Jerry route of, all right, let's make it look like an accident. Dude, everyone knows you're trying to kill her.
I hate this so much. These trained assassins, there's like 4 or 5 of them, and they cannot handle one guy with a pistol.
Yeah, they retreat.
They're just too good at their jobs. They got to make it challenging for themselves somehow, or there's going to be no stimulation.
Professionals have standard.
The coyote from Roadrunner has more body count than this, and it's all him.
Two things I want to point out about the scene. One, I thought it was really funny that Rodan specifically targeted Godzilla's dick when he made him land on the power line. That was really funny. And second, my favorite bit from the entire fight between the police and those goons is that the police hits one of them with a wrench over his head, and the guy's reaction is like, ah! Ow!
I forgot about that. Like, there's the whole firefight scene where, like, I think the very first, like, couple shots that go off hit one of the goons, and then, like, as they're retreating, he, like, hides around a corner and, like, bonks one of them.
It doesn't look like he, like, bashed his skull open or anything. He looks like what happens when 2 kids are play fighting, and one kid hits the other one a little too hard, and...
No, it's like from the Dragon Ball in 5 Minutes episode. I cannot be defeated. I am perfection. Oh,
God, I love that bit so much. Oh, it's so good.
Like I've been saying, Tom and Jerry and the Wile E. Coyote have bigger body counts than this. Like, come on.
So Malness deciding that one man, or should be the police, is just too much for him to handle, has all of his goons retreat, and Godzilla and Rodan are in the area, so the medical clinic and everyone is like, we need to get the f*** out of here. And for some reason, Naoko shows up with the twin Shobijin and is like, I'm here too. It's like, cool, get in the car, we're getting the f*** out of here.
Oh, she also moved at the speed of plot. She was just in the city.
Oh yeah, she was just in Tokyo. How far is Tokyo from Mount Fuji?
I think, like, 4.
I can excuse that slightly, because Malness and his goons actually also got there in about the same time.
Oh, you know what? Okay, all right, fine.
I'll give that a pass.
I would say I don't think so, because of the fact where they were listening in, they could get in the car easier. She has to evacuate the city, then find a vehicle, then get to her, then get to them.
Tokyo's about 2 hours from Mount Fuji.
2 hours?
2 hours?
All right, it's the speed of plot, man. It's the same way that the police can't stop 4 dudes.
So everyone's getting the hell out of Dodge. Meanwhile, we're back with Godzilla and Rodan. They are absolutely going nuts. Godzilla body slams the prick to the ground. Rodan bites his
He
tail.
doesn't body slam him. He does the kaiju slam!
The kaiju slammer!
Da, 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 da.
Look at Randy Orton slither. Watch out, RKO!
Rodan temporarily becomes an airbender to counter Godzilla uses earthbending. A really funny bit is that Rodan and Godzilla start playing volleyball with each other.
The whole like Godzilla just kicking rocks, and then that volleyball section really pissed me off.
I know.
How pissed off were you?
Like this is around when I gave up on the movie.
But this is the best part.
Steve, your sentiment mirrors, like, eerily what Yashiro Honda was going through, because he is the guy who made the original Godzilla movie, and he is sitting there watching one of his greatest creations reduced to a children's plaything.
Damn, that's kind of sad.
This thing was a walking metaphor for the horrors of war, the consequences of unchecked atomic power, and just death and fire bombings and all this other stuff.
Volleyball.
And now it's playing volleyball with a pterodactyl who was also a metaphor for typhoons and hydrogen bombs. Ichi Tsuburaya, please, I want to do something. I want to be serious. Ichi Tsuburaya, nah, man. We're going to have these guys. He's going to kick him in the balls next. I don't want to on Ichi Tsuburaya because the guy is a legend, and he ultimately would take his very kid-friendly approach stuff to Ultraman. So, those types of antics works really well there, but it sucks because, the reason why it's devolved to this point is that Toho has noticed that predominantly it's kids that like this shit.
Yeah.
Which is fair. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but there are proven pieces of media that are aimed at children, but can still, take themselves seriously. Like Clone Wars, actually. Gravity Falls, Clone Wars, like that.
Oh, K-pop Demon Hunters, too. We just talked about.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to dumb it down a little bit for kids, but, it is totally possible to make something serious. I think you could definitely even convey, what you want to with Godzilla and still make it for kids. But, again, I see why they did it, because, you go where the money is.
So Rodan and Godzilla are just slapping the shit out of each other. Mothra finally shows up, sees the two apex predators of Earth engaged in a game of hostile rock volleyball before Mothra tells them to shut the up and use a string shot to lower their speeds until they listen to her.
Yeah.
It's like the youngest sibling telling their two older siblings to shut up and stop messing around.
No, it's Rayquaza telling Groudon and Kyogre to off.
Hey, Turner, quick question.
Yes.
Do we see Rodan again this era?
You will see him in the next movie, and you will see him in Destroy All Monsters, and I don't think he ever shows up again.
Okay, 2 more appearances. Do they use the same suit in those next 2 appearances?
Yes. God, I hate
God
this
damn
suit
it.
so much. It looks so
I was just
much
about
better.
to
in
say
his
that.
I remember when putting the video together, you guys, specifically you, Dion, you hate the way Rodan looks.
I do, because we get a lot of close-ups of him in this movie, and I hate its face. I hate its face, and I hate the freaking belly of claws that it has.
Mothra is there, and she just starts yelling at them, and is like,
Listen here, you little we need to work together and stop Ghidorah, or I swear to God, if you don't, I'm gonna shove so much silk down your throats, you're gonna be well-woven kimonos out of your asses.
Damn, that's good.
That was very well put together.
Godzilla and Rodan do not give a
They still do not care.
They both state, humans suck, man. They're always bullying us.
Also, he started it. No, he started it. No, he started it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They start demanding apologies from each other.
This is such a strange scenario.
Right? They've got the twins, Nyoko, the police, and the doctor, and everyone, they're I don't know, a kilometer away watching this go down. And the twins are, translating it live. And we kept on making the jokes oh my goodness, Godzilla, that was incredibly racist. Rodan, you can't say that.
Oh yeah, apparently the twins can also understand Godzilla and Rodan.
Yeah.
In the American dub, they say that Godzilla has such terrible language. And it's I was just wondering, what kind of slur do you have for a caterpillar?
Crawler, I guess. I don't know.
You filthy or I ain't gonna do what you want. Whoa!
Like an overgrown nightcrawler, belly dragger, maybe.
Something like that. Meanwhile,
Wait,
while this is
wait,
going
no,
down,
no,
oh yeah,
it's
go,
my
go for
time.
it. Go for it. Go.
So the fact that they can communicate like this, even if it's through Mothra, means that they've been intelligent the whole time.
Yeah.
And they've been choosing to do all of this because they're assholes. And the fact that they're demanding apologies from each other means that they've met sometime in the past and done something to each other. But this Rodan just hatched, maybe?
Yeah, it's definitely new. It's not I can guarantee you this particular Rodan has never met another Godzilla, and this particular Godzilla has never met this Rodan.
Man, I guess Godzilla and Rodan's genetic memories are just very, very imprinted.
I think they're just demanding apologies for the fact that they just were fighting each other.
They said that was the reason that they were fighting each other.
Also, you even said earlier, Turner, Mothra, just got here. And from her perspective, the twins asked her to team up with the thing that killed her twin. And actually had her mom, too. And terrorized her island. And, maybe she doesn't care about Japan. It's just suddenly Mothra's cool with it. And it's just you guys be cool with it, too. Are you fucking high? Get out of here.
Didn't you say Rodan came from the same, what'd you say, mountain that the last two Rodans were killed in?
Yeah.
Hatched or something?
It's theorized, some people think that this is the offspring of those two.
The hell did those two get into mid-dying?
Well, they did it before they died. Remember that they were terrorizing Japan for a month.
Wait, so did they die? Did they die in the same mountain they were calling home?
They died very close to it because, if I recall, their actual nesting ground was a couple miles away from specifically that mountain. But when they were buried alive, they were driven to come up around that area, which caused it to erupt and blah. Whatever. Look, basically, there's a lot of caverns under that area where there's giant bugs that eat people. So I could buy that they hit an egg somewhere down there. I don't know.
Giant bugs that eat people.
You mean the giant bugs in the freaking Mothra movie?
No, the Rodan movie. Remember the Megalania?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that's a giant reptile from Australia. The Megadula.
I got what you meant.
I was just laughing because it sounds like something that's printed on a tourist card or something like that. It's come see the stunning vistas, ride the zip lines, avoid the cave with the man-eating monster. Wait, what was that one?
Look, just don't go there.
Just don't go in there. You will die.
Look, they don't come out if you don't piss them off, okay? Just leave them alone. And trust me, we try collapsing the cave. Every time we do, they just dig a new one.
Just get more mad.
Hey, when Mothra's is making its way towards Godzilla and Rodan, doesn't the scene just look like Godzilla and Rodan are having a dance party? And
yes.
And Mothra wasn't invited?
Yeah, I loved Big Action Bill. That's such a funny joke of his. Open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur. Anyway, we've been on this for a bit. So, meanwhile, while this argument's going down, Ghidorah, the plot is nearby and just starts destroying shit everywhere. And one of his stray shots hits a mountain. And poor Malness, his goons are on the road trying to figure out where the princess is, and a freaking rock slide comes and kills all of his goons but him. This is going to be hysterical later when we go over the plot from his point of view.
I also love that Idra's heads behave like the wacky inflatable arm waving dudes. Just the entire time, that's what I was thinking.
Wacky arm inflatable tube man. Wacky arm inflatable tube man.
We actually covered a lot of this stuff. So essentially, the argument devolves down to Rodan and Godzilla are basically Goku and Piccolo. They can't they can't stop fighting each other. Mothra is fine, you guys are stupid anyway. I'm gonna go take care of this myself. And the two of them are all right, good luck with that, lady. You want to keep fighting? Yeah.
That sounds more like Goku and Vegeta.
I can see that. I don't know. I like to think of Rodan as Piccolo. Mothra decides to go fight Ghidorah in the valley next over, which is pretty funny because the way they presented it almost feels like between Godzilla and Rodan, there's a single mountain, and then there's King Ghidorah over there too. So it's pretty fun.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, so Mothra is coming in and is
Listen here, you golden you may be a space dragon, but I am the god of Infant Island, and you will quiver in fear of my God help!
It's instantaneous. She gets her ass beat immediately.
she gets folded so quick.
I'm not learning as I fight. I need help.
I am not a Saiyan. What was it that drew Godzilla and Rodan to actually go over there and start helping? Did they just see that Mothra was just getting her shit kicked in?
I think so.
I guess it's also possibly just raw curiosity because you can't ignore hearing that over the next ridge and be okay, what is that? I gotta know.
And then all of a sudden they see this going down and they're just Oh, hell no. That small lizard thing is my friend now. I'm going to kick your ass, Ghidorah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Meanwhile, the princess is missing. What the hell? What? Did you guys just let her go?
She was basically comatose.
The police did nothing to stop.
Yes, somehow. And so, not only is she missing, she ends up on like a cliffside or something. Like, is she on like a road? I don't even know.
It's like a gorge with like a deep ravine or something.
Yeah,
because later Malness will be on the other side. So
yeah, she's like in a gorge or like canyon or some and she's like got her arms up in the air like, oh, great planet, save us from or whatever the hell she's saying, because she's still possessed. Yeah. And oh my god, I'm gonna just take over for this part. Not Nelson. Oh my god, what was it? Malness. Malness is somehow perfectly poised on the opposite end of this gorge with a sniper rifle all of a sudden. I don't know why I didn't pull that out earlier.
He's a professional assassin. Of course he has one on hand.
I guess. And he sees the princess literally just stand out in the open, no cover. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's elevated above her too because of what happens later.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Yeah, so he lines up the shot, lies down, takes a deep breath, and he completely misses.
Okay, I watched this scene recently, and I, like, first of all, what caliber of bullet is he shooting that it ricochets off of her dainty little wrist bracelet thing?
22s.
Yeah, I guess.
What a lousy caliber to kill her with.
Not just that, but also, what is her bracelet made of so that it ricochets and a genuine bullet, a genuine rifle shot?
Pure Martian steel.
I guess.
No, it's Venusian.
Oh, sorry, Venusian.
This guy has worse aim than a stormtrooper.
Right? I understand that it is possible to miss a shot like that, because there's a lot of dynamics that go into like shooting over distance.
Yeah.
But come on, he's a trained... Well, you know what? If this movie has told me anything, it's that he's not a trained assassin, actually.
I think Church from Red vs. Blue has better aim than he does.
Yeah.
The police shows up and gets into a duel with a man with a sniper rifle and is using a pistol.
And he somehow wins.
No, he's actually kind of getting closer grouping than he is.
Yep.
Despite the fact that there's like 4 different things happening all at once, it's all happening within the same, like, I don't know, like 3-mile radius or something. So one of Ghidorah's like gravity beams hits the top of like the mountain gorge, whatever that the Malness is on, and it like collapses the whole thing and it triggers a landslide. And so this gets Kirby meme. He falls into the gorge to his doom after catching a rock that hits him in the chest.
I don't think he was supposed to catch that rock.
No, he was
No.
not supposed to, but they just went with that shot, I guess.
Yep. And then all of the other people are looking for the police and the princess, and they find them and like hoist them up the gorge, yeah, whatever. And then we get to the part that everyone actually likes. All 3 kaiju are just throwing down with Ghidorah, and Ghidorah's actually kind of winning. It's pretty dope.
All right, wait, before you go any further, I want to point out really quick. Malness is such a terrible shot, he had to reload.
Oh, yeah. No, he is definitely in an era where you have at least like 5 to 10 bullets in your magazine.
Dude, he unloaded like 20 shots and couldn't hit a damn thing. He even hit Shindo in the arm, and his arm is like, it's mildly bleeding. What caliber are you using?
Most of the time he's shooting at them, they're standing still, too.
Yep.
Long story short, the other thing about this whole thing is that because he shot her bracelet, it like snapped her out of the possession, and now she's the princess again. Woohoo!
I thought like after they fell, she bonked her head and that snapped her back.
One of those two.
Honestly,
two.
it would just be both.
Yeah,
She had to have her head bandaged after she fell.
I guess. None of it makes any goddamn sense.
This movie makes no sense.
Anyway, after this fight goes down, Godzilla gets shot directly in the dick.
And the ass, too, actually.
Godzilla's tanking these shots really well, though.
You don't be the king of
it's
the
like-
monsters by being a...
And one of like peak tokusatsu goes down, man. Godzilla's punching his Ghidorah's face is like a boxer. Rodan is pecking him from behind, and Mothra is biting one of his tails. And it's
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Could you imagine being the guy inside Ghidorah's costume just getting wailed on by 4 other actors?
I think if that was me, I'd be sitting there like, this is my life. Play fighting in a 3-headed monster suit. My ankles are being bit. My arms are being torn apart. When does the bar open?
You know what that whole diatribe you just went on reminds me of? Just that trope where it's just like Godzilla's punching him, he's getting pecked and still bitten, it freeze frames. Yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah. Well, it all started when I destroyed Venus or Mars, depending on what movie you're watching.
Or at this point, probably both.
Honestly, I don't even remember, but they're pretty mad at me for it.
Luckily, this season of Kaiju Rivals, Rodan and Mothra do have a team-up ability, and Mothra gets on Rodan's back.
Oh yeah, they do team up.
So like a Spartan getting inside, I don't know, what was it, the Falcon?
Yeah.
So it's like Halo Reach multiplayer. Mothra is riding Rodan's back and shooting all the cocooning whatever stuff. I can't... Oh, my... Silk! Jesus Christ.
The goo.
The goo.
On that note, again, they choose to use one of the most annoying high-pitched sounds while Mothra shoots the goo. They keep on doing that. I hate it.
Well, you don't like it? You don't like your ears being assaulted by high-pitched whirring every 2 seconds?
No, it's awful.
I'm so sorry, Steve. I had no idea that was such an issue for you before going into this. I'm really sorry.
Well, it is. I turned my volume all the way down.
My favorite part of this fight is that Godzilla is holding his tails to keep him still so that he becomes this mummified, like, edifice of gold and whatever the hell else is made out of.
No, it's even better, too. Once they finally, like, web him up, Godzilla, now still in possession of his tails, starts taking his ass to the edge, and he throws him off of, like, the mountain. It's really good, too. Clearly the suit actor is not in there, but they chuck that thing.
Get the off my lawn, you false king.
Yep, and then just for good measure, Godzilla picks up a rock and just throws it.
Tom, thank you so much for adding the hit marker in the... It's such a tiny edit, but I think it's so funny.
That's essentially what happened. Like, there was no need for Godzilla to throw it, but he was just like, all right, I got the ammo.
Well, he learned from his fight with King Kong. Just keep throwing rocks. It works eventually.
Oh my god, that's right. He did learn from Kong. That's so funny.
And then just after some first-rate shaboingery, Ghidorah, who is webbed up, but somehow his wings still work, just finally decides, f this, and he flies away.
He flies off into space, and we see the 3 monsters pose with the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
And it ends.
Oh, wait, he goes to space? I never thought of it that way. I thought he just disappeared.
He does go to space because of the next film. But whatever. Yeah, he goes to space.
You like the spears in the sky.
Which kind of makes it weird that, like, why does King Ghidorah need to use a meteor to get from place to place when he could just fly into space? Because later in the movies, he could just do that.
Is King Ghidorah, like, on his own in this era? Is he not, like, a weapon of the aliens?
He's often controlled by aliens, but he is a creature of himself. The deeper lore kind of implies that he is a kaiju that develops somewhere else in the Milky Way and just so happens to be terrorizing the solar system.
God, how deep does this go?
Because he's like an actual weapon of the aliens in Heisei, right?
Well, the Futurians, but I think they might be aliens, but that's a...
Futurians?
Oh, right. I remember you planning this today.
Yeah, no, it gets deep. Okay, for people who are huge fans of Godzilla, I don't think my friends will get this, but people who are huge fans of Godzilla, I am currently working on a theory to try and explain how I think the Futurians might be the Exilians.
What?
Yeah, you're right. I don't know anything you just said.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Again,
about, dude.
what Zinchian plot have we got into?
The Exilians?
That's the next film. Anyway, so some time passes and we go to an airport where there's a conference where the princess is like, what happened? Professor explains to her, is like, well, you went through a great shock and that's what brought you back. We don't know if you'll ever have the ability to be a prophet again, but I mean, you're alive, so that's pretty good. And then she walks up to Shindo and she says,
The police.
the police, and thanks the entire police department for saving her life on 3 occasions, proving that she was somewhat aware of what was going on. And then she leaves, and this entire sequence of her leaving is a huge reference to an old movie called Roman Holiday. It's about a very similar setup where law enforcement kind of falls in love with royalty, but they both ultimately realize that they can never share their lives together, so it ends on a sad note.
No.
Which is pretty cool. I never knew that. Huge shout out to Big Action Bill for pointing that out to me in his video. Then the twins ride on Mothra's back, which sadly, this is the last time the Peanuts will portray the Shobijin. The Shobijin do show up later in the series, but it's not the Peanuts. And they wave goodbye to Rodan and Godzilla, and they're just chill until they're like, all right, are they out of earshot? Can they see us anymore? No? All right, good. It just starts.
The movie just ends as Rodan and Godzilla are just staring off into the distance.
Yep, they're just cool with each other now for no reason.
And apparently Godzilla will be seen as a hero for like the rest of this era.
Yep, pretty much.
Why does this series have so much deep lore like Monster Hunter? And my bigger question is, why hasn't anyone made any Monster Hunter style game with Godzilla?
Because licensing rights is expensive. Toho is really protective of their license.
The formula is there. I can see El Dorado. It is perfect.
That would be pretty dope.
Monster Hunter is right now partnering with Final Fantasy 14. I could see it. It's perfect. Please, Toho.
Monster Hunter does have colossal monster fights. They could totally do a collaboration where you fight Godzilla.
Right?
Yeah, but if Toho's as protective as Godzilla, as they say, then I doubt they'll let Godzilla be hunted down like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
they have a thing about, like, Godzilla can't lose in some of their contracts. It's interesting.
Oh, that's funny.
Technically, the monsters that we fight in Monster Hunter don't die. If you wait around, they literally get back up and walk off.
Oh, they don't. You straight kill them.
No, no.
That's a new animation thing in Wild.
I'm going to tell you the story of Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster from the perspective of Malness. Now, picture this. You are the royal family's hired protection. Possibly a former assassin, possibly a former soldier. You have been with the royal family for a long time. Enough so that even the princess considers you a traitor when seeing what you're trying to do later in the film. But you are a trained assassin, and the higher-ups of your nation say that Princess Salna needs to go. She's trying to do something like letting women vote or something, and they don't want that.
They're trying to get rid of neck frills.
Yeah, can't have that.
So you, as a assassin, decide the best way to kill her is to blow up the plane that she's on. It's the perfect crime. If the plane blows up over the ocean, literally no evidence can be found. It's the 60s. No one has even heard of DNA evidence. Fingerprints will be destroyed by the ocean. Literally, it's a perfect crime. They will never be able to tie it back to you or whoever's hiring you. It's perfect. You set it up. You hear the news. The plane goes down. You've successfully done it again. Malness, you're the greatest assassin that ever lived. Fast forward like 2 weeks, and someone in the news looks exactly like the person you were supposed to kill. And the guy who hired you is like, is this her? And you're like, no. Okay, look, it's probably a huge coincidence because I totally blew up that plane. You and I both know I blew up that plane, right? Yeah, but this looks a lot like her. Like, suspiciously a lot like her. You need to go take care of this. Okay, fine. I'll take care of it. I'm a trained assassin. I'm going to get my crew together, and we're going to head to Japan. We're going to go deal with this shit. So you go to Japan. It takes you a while, but you do hunt her down. Some reporter lady has found a woman who's going around talking about Mars and shit, but you're like, no, I'm going to take care of this. But for some reason, you decide that you need to be absolutely sure it's her? Why? The guy who hired you told you to kill her. Why are you bothering to try and confirm if it's the princess or not? But whatever. You decide you're going to do it. And then suddenly, a single man thwarts your entire team of trained assassins. And you need to get the f*** out of there. And you're like, oh my god, this guy's such a badass. It's almost as if he has the powers of the entire police force. So you get thrown out, and you're trying to, okay, all right. We need to figure out where she is. Does anyone have any leads? No, but I just heard Rodan came back. Excuse me?
What do you mean he's back?
Okay. We need to get out of this country soon. So try and track her down and we'll kill her as soon as possible, okay? Dude, I just heard Godzilla's back. Holy shit, we need to get out of this country ASAP. Does anyone know where she is? Hey, look! They just told us where she was on the news. Are you... What? Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go, man.
Hey, let's go.
So you go out there and you figure out where she is thanks to Google Maps. And you're like, all right, we're going to totally kill her this time. You know what? You guys ever play Hitman?
Yeah.
I kind of want to try something here. Let's see if we can get them to kill her for us. Perfectly clean kill. They can never tie it back to us. What do you mean the power's out? How? How is the power out?
It was just working 5 minutes ago. Godzilla and Rodan are right there. When did they get here?
What?
Son of a bitch, the police have come in to stop us.
The police are here.
Jesus Christ. So you get driven out of the clinic again by the entire police, apparently. And you're like, okay, all right, we need to find her and shoot her. Okay, no more of this clever bullshit stuff. We need to get our act together. We need to kill her right. Is that a fucking rock slide? Oh my god, all of my crew are dead. So then somehow, by the stroke of luck, you manage to find the princess praying to God or something in this gorge, and you're like, fine, I'm gonna kill her now. Why can't I hit her? Oh my... This is bullshit. Alright, fine. I shot the gun out of the police's hand. I'm gonna kill her right now, here and now. Is that another rock slide?
Am I dead?
Yeah.
Why am I Wait, I'm falling.
Why am I falling?
I was just gonna say it's exactly like Goku versus Frieza on Namek. You're just an unstoppable emperor. Some orange hillbilly shows up, turns his hair blonde, and kicks your ass.
Dude, I want us to do an episode of that. It's just us going beat by beat what Frieza's day was like.
No, I feel like with Malness, it's just his entire point of view is why is she not dead? What do you mean she's not dead? Wait, why is my crew dead? Oh, my crew's dead. Why are my crew dead? Wait, I'm falling. Why am I falling?
So stupid. So many things that are way outside of his control keep interfering. Dude, the princess was saved by a freaking alien, dude. How could he have possibly planned for that?
That's the neat part, you know.
He's supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to plan for everything.
All right, I've taken enough time. I think it's time for us to do our reviews.
I give this movie a 4. Again, it's a good movie to kind of turn your brain off. But honestly, what is this plot? What? This is the worst assassin on media that I've ever seen. Looney Tunes are better assassins. My movie's a 4. That's it for me.
All right, who wants to go next?
I will. 4, maybe 3.5. I think it's fine.
Damn.
Damn.
This movie can be summed up into, I don't know, an amount of points that I can count on my hands, and the rest of it, I just don't care. I was about to fall asleep with this movie until we got to the monster fight. And the monster fight has some very interesting points to it. I like the Rodan Mothra combo attack. I like the Godzilla getting hit in the crotch multiple times this movie.
He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Other than that, it's like, I'm here for the monster fights. Most of the going on with the human characters I don't care about.
All right, who wants to go next?
I suppose I can. Just as, again, I like to view these as just pieces of media, but I can't tell if I want to go higher or lower because, like we've been talking about for the past half an hour, 3 hours if you count part 1, it's obviously unintentional. This movie is supposed to be serious, but God, even through the purview of watching it in 2025 when my standards for movies are higher, everything was just so funny. deadass don't know whether to give it points or take away points for that, knowing what its original intent was. But honestly, I actually kind of enjoyed my time with it. I give it like a 5.5, almost a 6, because I don't think my time was wasted. The fights was actually kind of nice, and I didn't abhor, I guess, the whole human plot. I thought it was funny more than anything else, so I give it a 5.5.
I give this piece of a 2.
Oh my god!
Still better than Godzilla Raids Again?
I hated this movie. The first half was entirely boring. Yawn? No. Get out of my sight. Second half? Cringe. Go away.
I'm so sorry. I appreciate that you stuck it out and watched it for me. I like, thanks, man. But damn. Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Steve's finality.
I gave this movie a 7.
How?
You and I are somewhat on the same page.
Okay, here's why. This movie ties a lot of stuff together. It has Rodan and Godzilla fighting for the first time, which are two of the biggest like monsters that Toho had ever created. Mothra's there too. I was really I love sci-fi so much. I was kind of into the whole like, oh, dude, there's like psychic twins talking to a psychic alien. What does this all mean? And again, I admit that's me digging way deeper than probably the creators ever thought about it. But like, I thought it was fascinating. And there's just the little 9-year-old inside me that just giggles anytime he sees the monsters fighting. And I like this shit, man. Like, this is deep. I will fully admit I am so biased here. This stuff is 100% like my like this movie was made for me. And King Ghidorah is like the coolest motherfucker ever, dude. Like when Toho like made him, they like Ishiro Honda himself even got like letters from like kids that like, I love King Ghidorah. Like that's an actual thing that happened. Like they got an absolute breadwinner, dude. King Ghidorah shows up a lot in the series going forward.
I wonder why.
Yeah, King Ghidorah, it's pretty cool. He definitely looks better as the series goes on.
But not Rodan. No one likes Rodan.
I like Rodan, which is why I'm so mad about this crappy suit.
Not enough. Not enough.
Yeah, and this is Tokusatsu at its best, man. This is back when they still had money, and you're gonna start finding out that they're gonna start running out of money in like a few films. The next film is actually like one of the best. A lot of people love Invasion of Astro Monster. I give this a 7. There are exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. That divided by 5, we give this. Oh my god, give this movie an average of 4.4. Oh my heart. Oh.
No, on our rating scale, that only means it's slightly below average.
That is true. For the audience, because this is our celebrating our year, whatever, we are not IGN. A movie below 7 does not mean it's bad. 5 is actually average, so it's below average.
Hey, I'm with you, Turner. I thought it was at least slightly above average.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. Is there anything you guys want to say before we end it?
No.
What's the next movie? You said it's Revenge of the Astro... I don't even remember what you said.
It's called Invasion of Astro Monster, or in America, sometimes it's called Godzilla vs. Monster Zero.
That's a better name.
Interesting.
Which is funny because that name gets referenced later. There's a monster in Final Wars that's a reference to that, and then the Ghidorah is literally called Monster Zero in the modern King of the Monsters film, where it was the legendary film, and I think that movie kicks ass. I love that film. Yeah, but that's about it. Invasion of the Astro Monster has aliens. I think it's dope.
We should do another Mountain Monsters episode.
We should.
I would
should.
love to.
We very much should. We should also do one for Halo, because it's been a while for our Halo.
It has been a while. Anyway, so please follow us on Instagram, Twitter. We have, again, our show is on basically every podcast site you can find. And if you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/realjumperspodcast. So it's REEL, not REAL.
I'd like to also apologize to Garrett. You're going to have to edit out a lot of this. Not just me sipping on my Arizona tea, but we went off on so many goddamn tangents. I'll apologize on all our behalfs for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But we're at an hour and 30, man. We actually did great time considering all those tangents.
Well, now
True.
it's an hour and 31. Hour 32.
Now we suck.
All right, thanks guys for list watching. We'll be back next episode.
Did you say list watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, everyone. We've analyzed the data, dissected the plot, and emerged victorious. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. And join us next time for another sci-fi deep dive. This is Real Jumpers signing off.
Bye guys, love you all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for jumping with us, y'all.